Jeff, I guess, obviously it wasn't the cleanest game at times, but when you think about just the way that they were able to battle out, come up with that close win and not let UNC get closer, how does a win like this kind of set the tone for, just kind of gutting out the wins that you'll have to do for the next 6 games?
Well, I think, our entire ACC stretch has been games like this. I mean, what I was really proud of was there at the end of the first quarter, the end of the second quarter, it was just a bloodbath where we couldn't score the basketball. We were stuck on 21 from the 5:48 mark until Morgan puts a putback in. But what we did finally, we didn't get outscored by like 18. Like, we guarded. And that's what we have not done. It's 21-20 with 5:04 to go, and we sit there and hold them to 4 points over 5 minutes. Now, we only scored 2, but that's the trademark of what we've been able to do here in the past, is if we're not scoring, we're not going to let you score, or at least make it as difficult as we can. And it was nice to see. I mean, it was really, really nice to see. I thought the kids competed. I thought they played hard. Yeah, I mean, it was great.
Just to kind of further emphasize on that defensive effort, players like Kelly and Todd Williams and Paris have been tearing up teams in the league all year long. You all held them to an incredibly low shooting percentage. Was it part of the concentration that you all did to help you win this one?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did a really nice job of mixing some things up. We tried to trap and go under and hard hedge, ball screens, trying to not let them get as comfortable as they may have wanted to. And then we contested shots. We finally got to a point where, that fourth quarter, we were going straight up, really trying to do a much better job of not fouling. I mean, that the third quarter, they're 9 for 15 from the free throw line. We put them at the line too much.
Jeff, especially in that second half, do you feel like the team did a little bit better job of making that extra pass and getting everyone involved and trying to open up the offense a little bit more, how things were able to open up a little bit?
Yeah, I thought we did a really nice job of moving the basketball. Things we really worked hard on practice, on hard hedges, throwing back, and then looking to go back and in at times. We threw back a few times. Reek hits a 3. CC hits a 3 off of it. We were much more patient, and yes, we had a few where the shot clock came down, and there's some film will show them. We had an open shot with 4 or 5 on it, which was going to be a great shot, and then we don't take it. We make an extra pass. Well, now by then, you're just throwing one up. So I thought we did a really nice job there in the third quarter, especially moving the basketball and trying to get the tempo of the game at the speed that we wanted.
Mikasa and Cece talked about after that tech, it seemed like they got really, really fired up and kind of, got a little more energy. I think you guys outscored North Carolina 25-11 there in the final 8 minutes. Did you notice a difference in just the way that they were kind of going out there and just maybe a little more intensity?
Well, I wasn't trying to get a technical foul because of to get our kids to play harder. I thought our kids were playing hard. I mean, you can only watch so much of it before you've got to make a statement, because it was bad. I mean, it was not a good performance by any means. And unfortunately, see, the 3 officials don't have to come in here and answer questions. I'd love it if it got to a point where they had to come in and answer and say, hey, what about those calls? Because, see, then all of a sudden it matters more. But the players have to win or lose. The coaches have to come in here win or lose. So why is it just the players and coaches? So it was just at a point where it was not very good. So, but the kids came out and kept fighting, and I was really proud of them.
Jeff, Mikasa in that third quarter seemed like she kind of single-handedly just cranked the energy up on things. What kind of impact do you think she had on this game?
Well, I mean, it's what she does every single night. I mean, she's as consistent as they come. And that's the one thing that I continue to talk to our players about is, like, we've got to become more consistent. We've got to figure out a way every single night. Here's what we're going to get. Here's what we're going to do. And if we can get more of them to be consistent, then I think what we're going to see in the terms of our performance is going to improve. I thought our effort was really, really good today.
CC came in and provided such a huge spark for this team coming in off the bench. Is this a role that she's kind of getting used to coming in and playing that kind of role?
Well, it's a role she's going to play. So, you can either get used to it or not play. And the kid wants to play. I mean, and it's good for us. It brings some offense off the bench. Even her and Morgan, even Liz, it brings offense for us. Liz only played 6 minutes tonight, but Nyla defensively was doing some really good things for us. So I played her 30, where in the game before, Liz played 26 minutes. And that's the hard part about this game as a coach. I mean, I'd love to be able to just play them all 26 minutes. Everybody gets 20 minutes. It's just not how it goes. So, I know, I'm sure some of them would have liked to have played more, liked to have been a part of, been out on the floor. But at the end of the day, we're trying to win a basketball game. And it was a top 15 team that came in here. And I'm hoping they're all excited about the win. And then you come back tomorrow and you start working to improve areas that you have to get better at.
Along those lines, I don't know if you may have subbed once in the fourth quarter, but you played that same group the last 7 minutes probably, and you knew they were tired, but was that the group that was giving you the toughness, I think, that you wanted? Was that pretty much what it came down to?
Yeah. Well, and it was, and I thought they were doing a really nice job defensively out there. And we had scoring in different areas. I put Riss back out there in the fourth. I'm not sure how much time I put her in the game, but it's like Morgan did some great things. I tell her all the time, she's like a highlight reel at times, her own. But then it's a 4-point game, and the girl shoots it, and she starts to go down the floor on offense, and we give up an offensive board that should have been hers. We just have too many, and I keep telling them, it's too many my bads. Oh, my fault. My fault and my bad get your ass beat. It's what it all comes down to. And until we can start realizing every possession matters, and I'm not talking about making every shot you take. That's not going to happen. But you know what? You can put a body on somebody. You can have a mindset of, I'm going to box out. Does it mean you're going to get every rebound? No. Okay, someone might make a great swim move on you, but my effort was there. Those are the things that the controllables we have to get better at. Because we're going to need everybody as we continue to progress. I mean, we're playing a very good Virginia team on Thursday that is, again, I said it about Wake. I mean, throw out what their conference a record might be. All their games are really, really tight. Every single one of them. Wake had been the same way. I mean, Wake had, they're down 3 at Virginia Tech. And, I'm like, guys, they're good. I don't care. They may have only won two league games. They're good. Virginia is the same way. They're a really good basketball team, and their coach is doing a great job of getting them to play hard. I've got the utmost respect for them.
North Carolina only had 8 second chance points. How pleased were you with just the rebounding on the defensive end?
Well, I was thrilled with that. I mean, our problem was we were giving up way too many points in turnovers. We shot ourselves in the foot. That first half, I think they had 14 second chance points. Actually, was 14 points off our turnovers is what they had in the first half. Well, they scored 24 in the half. It's hard to win a basketball game when you're not taking care of the ball. They had 14 points off of our turnovers in the first half. We had 0 off of theirs. And then we flipped the script in the second half, and we end up with a 17 points off of their turnovers. We finally started converting their turnovers into points. But overall, we've got to continue to board, continue to be aggressive if we want a chance to continue to win in this league.
Jeff, you've talked about the way Mikasa impacts the game without scoring. Have you ever had another player who can impact the game at the level she does by doing everything else besides putting up, 20 points?
Nah, she is special. I mean, the kid doesn't really look to score. She's not trying to find her own shot. I know she goes 0 for 4, but she had to throw up 2 threes as the shot clock was winding down just to hopefully get a ball up on a rim. So she really, in my opinion, takes 2 shots, 8 boards. She drew 7 fouls, which is the other thing the kid does extremely well. And she goes 5 of 6 at the free throw line. She's really improved her free throw shooting for this year, which then allows me to have her in at the end of games because she's not one you're going to look to just foul. And I thought Nyla Harris, Morgan Jones goes 1 for 5 at the free throw line, but I think on 2 of her second misses, Nyla gets the O board for us. So I'm going to go back and look at that. I mean, we're 16 of 24, but I'd like to know how many of those O boards that we scored on. Because, if you go 0 for 2 and you get the rebound and make it, it's the same as making 2 free throws. Thank you, sir, back there. It's the last day, right? Tomorrow's the last day. Take the day off. Take the day off. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, thanks, everybody.